Welcome back to Overland, Florida, everybody. I'm Kevin, and today I'm going to talk about my 1966 John Deere 112. It is Predator engine swap. Almost 3 years ago, my dad and I did this engine swap, and while we had the old engine out, we did the narrow front end kit. That kit came from eBay. 3 years ago, it was roughly $300, I believe. It came with everything you needed, instructions with pictures, the new steering components, it's both the tires and the wheels, and everything's complete kit, bolt-on. You didn't have to do any kind of welding or fabricating. It was really nice. However, I do get a lot of questions about the Predator engine swap. You see a lot of these antique tractors that have different modified engines in them, and the people just butcher them all up. The hoods are all cut, the hoods are missing because the engine's too big. They have to cut the supports right here, the frame's notched. I didn't have to do any of that for this tractor. This side of the engine, we didn't have to do anything. All you have to do is mark out your 4 holes for your engine bolts, drill holes through the plate in the bottom, mount the engine, and on the inside, I had to take off the plastic piece that covers the air filter because that actually hits the front grill and this hood support right here. The same thing with the engine, with the muffler. There's supposed to be a cover over the muffler. I removed that cover, and if you see right here, I had to notch out a piece to get around that flat spot. And over here, I had to make a notch in the grill. And that's the only 2 things I had to do besides drill 4 new holes for the engine. I had to make those 2 notches, drill those holes, and you would never even know it. You can't even see the notches from the front end. The only thing that's going to be tricky, and you're going to have to go through trial and error, is this belt right here. So the variator, which is under here, there's 2 pulleys. This is how you control the speed of the tractor with the variator. The variator and everything still works. You can still use that. You can go slow. I always keep it in the fast position because usually we're just using this tractor to zoom around on the property. And let's look underneath. Pulleys, still there. That's still the same factory belt that goes to the rear end. The only thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go to Tractor Supply, take a measurement, buy a couple belts, buy belts maybe 1 or 2 inches bigger or 1 or 2 inches smaller. So if you can, buy 4 or 5 different size belts and go back to the house and see which one fits the best as far as being tight enough once you get it on there. You don't want it slipping too much because as soon as it warms up, it's gonna be really loose. So if you have an older tractor, an older John Deere 110, 112, these Predator engines will fit in there perfectly with barely any modifications. These engines will also work really well in, say, like a Sears Suburban tractor. So if you have any of those old tractors laying around, they don't run, go to Harbor Freight, buy a Predator engine in there, replace it, and let that tractor live a little bit longer. So you can still get to the choke, and this is the fuel cutoff. So you can still stick your finger in there, bring the choke back, and from the sitting position on the tractor, you can still reach the pull start and start the tractor. It's not that big of a deal to not have electric start. And then the on and off is right there. You can, however, rewire the on and off to the key switch. I do have the throttle. This is the original throttle cable from the tractor that fit perfectly on the tractor on the new engine. And I have that hooked to the old factory throttle right there. So everything works. Clutch works, brake works. Hopefully that's all the questions that people had. I have some older videos of this tractor, and for whatever reason, I guess it got a little popular, and people started asking some questions. So hopefully that clears it up as far as the Predator engine swap. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask. If you look through my older tractor videos, I do have other tractors that I've done that I did Predator engine swaps, and they worked out pretty well too.